We finally got the FNCS announcement we have been waiting for, and it's got a lot of people upset because the prize pools went down and there will be no Siphon this year. In this video, I'm going to go over everything we know about FNCS, including formats and prize pools and everything else we know, so let's get right into the video. Starting the video off, Fortnite announced that it will once again be duos for all of 2024, and with that, we'll have duos for the third straight year. And this is both good and bad because duos is the most competitive game mode and the best mode for a LAN, but at the same time, it's kind of boring having the same game mode for 3 straight years, especially the same cash cups for 3 straight years. Mixing in trios and even a huge solo tourney would have been such a breath of fresh air for the community, but I get why they stuck with duos. Today, Fortnite also announced that we will not be having Siphon for 2024 in FNCS, and to be honest, this is an awful decision by Fortnite. Siphon is what makes FNCS and Grand Finals clutches and intense moments so great. Watching a pro player go make an insane play is way better than him just getting one fight in in-game and then being 0 HP for the rest of that in-game. We could have potentially seen our last insane solo clutch because with the way in-games work now, it's just not the same without Siphon. Let me know your thoughts below about no Siphon, but to me, this is a huge L from Fortnite. The next thing I want to cover is the format, which is kind of confusing this year. There will be 2 different qualifiers where each will have 4 rounds, unless you were on OCE, Asia, Middle East, or Brazil, which will only have 3 rounds. And in order to compete in FNCS this season, you will need to be Platinum 1 rank. And then to qualify to round 2, you will need top 2,000 on EU and NA, and top 1,000 on the other regions I mentioned above. Then in round 2, you will need to place top 1,000 to advance to round 3, and top 250 on the other regions. Then in round 3 on NA and EU, you will need to place top 250 to qualify to round 4. And then in round 4 on NA and EU, and round 3 on the other regions, it will be a 10 match cap session, and this round will determine how many series points you get for that week, as only the top 250 teams get series points each qualifier. So you must make the final round to get series points from either qualifier 1 or qualifier 2. And then moving on to semifinals, which will take place after the 2 qualifiers, there's an upper bracket and lower bracket. And to start in the upper bracket, you will need to be top 50 in series points from qualifier 1 and qualifier 2 combined. And the upper bracket session 1 will be a set lobby with 5 matches, and the winner of each of the 5 matches advance to grand finals, similar to reboot rounds. The teams who place 6th to 25th in the upper bracket session 1 will stay in the upper bracket for session 2, and the bottom 25 teams will be demoted to the lower bracket for session 2. To qualify to the lower bracket, you will need to be 51st to 250th in series points to participate, and after the first session closes, the top 30 teams from lower bracket session 1 advance to upper bracket session 2, and the teams 31st to 205th will stay in the lower bracket for session 2, and all the teams behind 205th will be eliminated. Then for the upper bracket session 2, it will work the same as session 1, where there will be 5 matches, and the winner of each match will qualify to grand finals. And the teams 6th to 25th will all be in the upper bracket session 3, and the bottom 25 teams will be demoted to the lower bracket session 3. And then the lower bracket session 2, you will need to get top 30 after the window closes to be promoted to the upper bracket session 3, or you will be eliminated from FNCS. Then for the upper bracket session 3 is where things start to change a bit for the upper brackets. Instead of it being 5 matches and the winner of each match qualify to grands, there will only be 3 set lobby matches, and after the 3 games, the teams placing 1st to 25th all make grand finals, and the bottom 25 get demoted to the lower bracket session 3. So in total, the upper bracket has 5 teams from session 1 and 2 making grands, and then 25 teams from session 3 making grands. So 35 total teams qualify from the upper brackets. This leaves the lower bracket session 3 being the final way to qualify to grands. There will be 3 games in a set lobby, with the bottom 25 teams from the upper bracket session 2 and upper bracket session 3 playing. And after the 3 games, the top 15 teams will advance to grand finals. So the overall breakdown is 5 game winners from session 1, 5 game winners from upper bracket session 2, and the top 25 teams from the upper bracket session 3, and then the top 15 teams from the lower bracket session 3 all make up the 50 teams that will play in grands. In grand finals, it will be the normal 2 days, 6 games each day format, but with a new point format. On day 1, it'll be 65 points for a win and 4 points per elim, which we are pretty much used to at this point. And then on day 2, we have a 1.5 times point increase, so it will be 100 points for a win and 6 points per elim on day 2. So just like Grand Royale, we'll be seeing a lot of day 2 clutching. Here's the major one schedule for every region, and FNCS begins next Friday, so not a lot of time before we get right into FNCS. FNCS Qualifier 1 begins on January 26th, with Qualifier 2 beginning February 2nd, and then we have a 10-day break before semis on February 16th, and then FNCS Grand Finals this season takes place February 24th and 25th. Moving on, the last thing I want to go over is the prize pool, and here's the prize pool for every single region this season. Overall, the prize pool for 2024 is $7.6 million, which is a decrease from the $10 million prize pool from last year. The FNCS land for this year is yet to be announced, but based on the FNCS prize pools, the land will have a $2 million prize pool, which is a $2 million decrease from last year's $4 million prize pool. The land is yet to have a date or location, but we do know the qualifications from each region in every major. EU leads the way with 17 land teams, and NA is second with 14 land teams. Then Brazil, Asia, and Middle East each have 5 teams, and then OCE will have 4 teams that qualify to the land. So overall, only 50 teams make land this year. There won't be a lower bracket and upper bracket like last year, where it had 75 total teams. Back to the 50-team format for this year for the land. Overall, a crazy day filled with a lot of news and the landscape of how 2024 will go for FNCS. If you guys have any questions, make sure to comment them and I will answer you. Comment down below your thoughts on the format or prize pool or Siphon being removed or anything I covered in this video. And let me know what you think and if you think Fortnite made some W or L announcements today. Can't wait for FNCS to start. And if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe to the channel to never miss out on news vids just like this or any other news videos for competitive. Also, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like as it helps more people to see this video. That's going to do it for me in this video, guys. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.